Hi guys, Flying Pig Games here. So this is going to be a bit of a channel update, but let me just first explain what's going on in the background. So what you're currently seeing is me playing Flight Simulator X. Now this is using, firstly we'll talk about the scenery and we'll get to the bigger thing in a minute. This is using Orbx FTX global base scenery. I fixed that annoying bug we had with the lighting last time, so that's all working fine. I'm still currently waiting for FTX England to download, but that's going on at the minute, so hopefully that will be sorted soon. Now, the big thing is the aircraft. I mean, that is the A2A. Hang on, let me get this right. It's made by a company called A2A, and it's from their accu-sim range, which is basically their super accurate aircraft modelling range. Now it is the Piper Cherokee, and I believe it's a Cherokee 2 if I remember correctly. Now I'll do a video that talks about the aircraft itself in more detail later, but let's put it this way. I've been talking for a while about doing like a flying around England series, trying to visit a bunch of places with light aircraft, but the two reasons I haven't done it so far is I've not had decent scenery for the UK, and I've not had a decent light aircraft to use. Well, let me tell you, this is a decent light aircraft and I'm getting the scenery. So infer from that as you will, but it probably will be coming. So you can see I'm going through all the checklists and that. I'll talk about that in far more detail in the video specifically about this. I know I will because I've already recorded this. So in case you haven't figured it out, this is a post commentary. And so, but you may hear me in the game once or twice because I did also record my voice for that. So yeah, right. The other thing with Flight Sim X is at the minute I am lacking track IR. That's not because track IR is broken as such. It's just because I don't seem to be able to get it working in the game. Now, the other thing I'm lacking is EasyDock, which is what I used for all the custom camera views and such when I was doing the airliners and that. Now, I believe the reason I'm missing both of those is because when I switched to my new PC, I haven't yet fully installed FSUIPC and Wide FS, I believe is the other one. So hopefully once I get those sorted and installed, Track IR and EasyDock should be back to working fine again. However, I'm not certain on that. But we shall see. I'll certainly try and get everything working. There you go, that was me in game working before I do the fly round the UK thing. Looks like it's about to get noisy in a minute when I start the engine. Let's just listen to that stacks. That's a beautiful noise. So yeah, what else is happening with the channel? Well, obviously Skyrim is still going on. That's going to carry on for a while. However, I am now trying to get it done and out of the way reasonably soon. I'd rather not be playing that to 1 million episodes or something ridiculous. So I'm trying to get everything, or to get the main quest line of that done and just knock it out the park and put it to bed. So yeah, hopefully you guys are still enjoying that. Let me know what you think of anything I mention in this video. But yeah, so then we've got Borderlands that was going on. We had the massive Borderlands flood, plague, whatever you want to call it. Now, we were intending to finish Borderlands, and we still are intending to finish that. However, well, why am I saying however? However doesn't make sense in the sentence I was intending to say. Yeah, we are gonna finish Borderlands at some point. It's just a case of organising the recording sessions and getting the three of us all available at the same time, because obviously we all do stuff outside of playing games. So we've got to find a point where we are all free to play, but we do all want to get it finished. That's why we started playing it. We just sort of started recording as a kind of secondary thing, and then it just went from there. But when we do start recording some more, I'm going to do my very best to put it out and stagger it with other videos, so that we don't have the absolutely ridiculous flood of Borderlands we had last time, because that wasn't great. Yeah. So that being said, that being said, we'll do the best we can with Borderlands. I really should have made notes on what I wanted to talk about, but I didn't, so I'm just going to ramble and try and fill up however long this footage I've got was. Yeah. So anyway, the reason I'm flying this in the background, just to let you know, is basically just to get some experience flying this, because I only just got English would be useful. I only just got it, and I think I was trying to say a combination of got and bought, so it came out as got it. But yeah, I only just got it or bought it yesterday from the time of recording this, that is. So I'm just trying to get familiar with it, familiar with flying it. This is like my second or third flight in it, so you will see me mess up some landings, which you can all laugh at. Yeah. So what else have we got going on the channel? We've talked about Borderlands and Skyrim and possible return of some flight sim stuff. On that note about flight sim as well, now I've got the new scenery, FTX global base package or whatever it's called. I may be bringing back the airliners as well, but I need to get EasyDock working to do that, and if I do the NGX, I'll also need to reinstall that, because that never got reinstalled on this PC. So yeah, I might be bringing back some of that, and I'm just going to possibly try and do general FSX stuff, because I do like flying an aircraft and that, but again, I don't want it becoming the only thing on the channel. Now, other things you might have noticed recently on the channel, I started a Just Cause free series a while ago. Hopefully you guys are enjoying that. I certainly am. I absolutely love that game. So yeah, there's been a bit of a gap with that recently, mainly just due to having time to record, trying to fit it in alongside everything else I've been recording, but you know, that works. Though that should be continuing this week. I've just finished recording a couple of episodes of it, so hopefully I say hopefully, we will have some more Just Cause free that will continue, unless you guys tell me in the comments that you absolutely hate it, in which case I'll just carry on playing it in my own time. Really nice interior of that aircraft, isn't it? I really bloody love that aircraft, the Cherokee. Beautiful thing. But yeah, anyway, what else have I done? Prison Architect. I know a lot of you guys seem to be liking and enjoying that. Again, I'm enjoying making it. It's good fun to do. So that will continue into the foreseeable future. Yeah, and I'll probably try at some point to use escape mode and try and escape from my own prison, which will be very interesting, I imagine, because you know, it's cool to try and escape from somewhere you built, I guess. And you know, if I succeed, it tells me what I've done wrong in building my prison. But yeah, I will say I'm not the best prison architect out there. You know, if you're looking for someone to teach you how to build a prison, I certainly wouldn't be looking at me. Yeah, but still, good fun. I feel like I'm forgetting something important. Like there's another series I should be talking about, but I can't think what it is. Hang on, I'm just having a look at my own YouTube channel now to see what series I've got going. And there's still the occasional Dawn of War episode comes out. That's the way we work. That is just whenever we feel like playing some Dawn of War. Usually it's kind of a casual thing of, we're both bored, shall we play some Dawn of War? Yes, let's record it while we do. And yeah, so that tends to be a more casual recording session, that, which is why there doesn't appear to be any real regularity to when we play that. It's just as and when we feel like a game of Dawn of War. So I did one episode of Spin Tires a while ago. Some of you may have seen that or may not have done. That will not be continuing. The reason for that is simply that it wasn't well viewed, and you know, other games came along that I would rather be playing, and people just generally didn't seem to enjoy the Spin Tire stuff. It didn't seem as watched as other stuff on my channel, so I decided I'd put other games in its space. Now here you're about to see my first poor landing in this aircraft. I am way too high and way too fast. They're a very bad combination because it becomes incredibly difficult to actually correct that, because to get lower you get faster and to get slower you get higher. Now as you see here, I've basically decided against it. I've pulled up and you can hear the power coming back in. It took me way too long to decide I shouldn't be landing there. I should have decided to go around much sooner than that, but you know, it's a simulator. What's the worst that can happen? You guys all laugh at me. So what else have we got? I don't know if I mentioned take on helicopters in the last channel update, but that is now gone. That won't be on the channel anymore because I wasn't really enjoying the game. I just didn't feel it was a very well made game. Oh no, that's unfair. It's not a bad game, but I just feel it's difficult to make it entertaining, which hopefully the rest of my videos are. And you know, you guys seem to agree in that it wasn't as well viewed as other things on the channel, so I've got rid of it. If I haven't mentioned that it's gone before, now you know why there haven't been videos on it for a while. What else did we have? Age of Empires 2. That again is like Dawn of War in that we do it very casually as and when we feel like it. So that'll be around if it's around and not if it isn't. The one thing I will say with that, or with all the multiplayer stuff, is I seem to have a very poor internet connection where I currently am, which makes the multiplayer stuff even harder to do. You may have seen all the connection problems we've had in the past in videos and such. Now Dawn of War seems to cope better with the slower internet than Age of Empires 2, which is weird because Age of Empires 2 is an older game, and so typically people playing it when it first came out would have had slower internet, but let's not think too hard about that, shall we? But yeah, it seems that Dawn of War copes better, so we'll probably play Dawn of War more than we do Age of Empires. You've probably noticed that from the amount of videos of each on the channel. So you know, that's a thing, but there might still be the occasional Age of Empires videos, but just don't be expecting them much. They'll just come out when they're out. Yeah, and that's about it in terms of videos currently on the channel. Now, what am I wanting to do in the future? Well, let's first watch this second awful attempt at landing, shall we? So we're turning in. This is alright. This isn't too much of a bad approach. We're still very high though. See, this is the thing, I need to learn that in this aircraft seems to pick up speed really easily, like too easily. It'll be gone. It just goes, and it gets away from you really easily, and it can make descending to land kind of difficult. Now the other problem I have is that I seem to have a bug with Flight Sim X. It's not with this aircraft, it's with the game in general, with vanilla aircraft as well, and you just possibly heard it there, that when I pull the power back to idle or push it all the way forward or anything like that, you can see I'm struggling to control it and descend quick enough at the same time there. Yeah, when I do either pull it all the way back, push it slightly forward, or max the throttles, the flaps seem to decide to retract themselves, which can cause a lot of problems. You can see I am very much not in control of this, and I really should have powered up and gone around much sooner. Now obviously when the flaps come in and I'm not expecting it, it can really mess things up because it completely changes the handling characteristics of the aircraft, and in this particular one the flaps are very noticeable, the effect of them. So if they suddenly retract themselves without me telling them to, it can really cause me some problems. But most of those previous two failed attempts were due to me just being too high on the approach, just because I'm not used to this aircraft. So anyway, future stuff on the channel, what are we going to do? Well, I am going to be starting a new series which is going to be Fallout 4. That will either have started already, probably started already thinking about it, or if it hasn't already started, it will be starting very soon after you see this video, as in within the next day or two, because I already have about 3 Fallout 4 episodes recorded, I believe it is. So you should see them soonish if you haven't already. And other things I want to do, well, already mentioned, I'd love to do some VFR stuff in Flight Sim X with this aircraft. At some point I do want to get back into playing KSP. Now I need to get that set up properly, because I don't want to just play vanilla KSP and have done with that. As you can see, there's a Mooney Bravo up there. I'm just a little bit concerned about that at this point, which is why I'm flying tilting a lot, rolling a lot, that's the correct term, because I've heard apparently if you rock your wings it makes you easier to see. So I'm just basically doing that to let him see us and hopefully avoid a collision, which we manage. Yeah, so KSP, I would like to get back into it, but before I do, I want to mod it quite heavily. But yeah, so hopefully you'll see that around at some point, but that's probably not going to be soon, because you know I need to get the time to go in and mod it and all that. And apparently, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but apparently something has happened that has broken the comprehensive Kerbal archive network, which is basically, or was basically, one of the best mods for modding your game. It was basically a system you could install that would allow you to look down a list of mods and go, I want this one, this one and this one, and it would then say, okay, well the mods you've selected are dependent on these other mods, so we'll install them as well. And it would go off and find those mods and download them for you and then install them for you. So literally all you had to do was select the mods you wanted and click go, whereas now you've got to go actually routing around the forums and such, and the Nexus or whatever, and yeah, to find the mods you want, and then you've got to figure out what mods they're dependent on and what mods they're likely to conflict with and all that, and it just becomes a headache. Now, as you can see, I'm about to come in for another go here. You can see I'm a bit high, but I'm not as bad as in the previous attempts. I'm also aware that XCOM 2 has been released. I would like to play that as well, but I don't know when that's going to be, because as you've heard throughout this, we've got a lot of games on the go at the minute. So yeah, whichever series you like watching, it may be more sporadic than you'd want, just purely because I'm trying to balance it out with the other games on the channel. So hopefully that's alright. And let's now just watch this beautiful-ish landing to end. You can see I'm really not doing good there. I'm just sort of churning butter up the front with those controls, but we get it down pretty successfully. Actually, we're alive, and I've got to say I was impressed at how quickly it stopped, because usually when I've flown just Flight Sim X vanilla general aviation aircraft, like the Cessna, is it the 172 that's in the game by default? I think it is. Yeah, that one typically, yeah, that just, you use up all of the runway there. Like, I'm not kidding, you're pushing it very close. I was also impressed at how quickly this thing got into the air. Like, it was, you know, it was off the runway and gone, whereas the Cessna, you get into the end of the runway thinking, I haven't got enough runway here, and you only barely get it over the trees at the end of the runway. But, you know, that's all good fun, because at the end of the day it is just the same, so if we hit the trees it doesn't really matter. Right, so this is coming to the end of the video now, or the footage I've got, so we'll end the whole thing, I guess, soon. So if just drop in the comments and let me know what you thought of everything I've talked about in this video. You're more than welcome to go to the videos, most recent videos of those series talked about, and put comments there as well. Yeah, if you liked seeing this video, or seeing this update and me flying the Cherokee badly, again made by, please leave a like below and consider subscribing. Maybe share the video. That's the other thing, by the way, guys. I meant to mention in the last channel update video that I have now set up a Facebook and Twitter page for the channel. Links to both of those will be in the description, and have been in the description of every video since I made them. So yeah, they're there. I do put posts on both of those whenever a video goes live, to let guys, you people, things, whoever you are, know when a video goes live. So, you know, go check that out and share them, like them, follow them, do whatever you do. as you can tell, I'm not big on social media. So anyway, thank you for watching, and see you in whatever video is next. Bye for now.